Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to send a SoftTools notification via Microsoft Teams. So, to begin with, this is going to be a trigger from a SoftTools record, and it's going to be a direct Teams chat to a user as a notification. So in this example, one thing you'll need is the email. This is just because this is going to be the email of the user that's in your Teams environment, and you need to make sure that this is a valid email of a user in that environment. I'll explain through the rest of these fields. They're not all necessary, but I suggest for this example, you create what I'm creating here, so you get used to making one of these and that you can test it out. So start off, you're going to want a title field. This is just a text, standard text field I've done, which is going to be the body, which is going to be in the body of the information, but we're sending over as the notification. Like I said again, the email of the user you want to send the notification to, and also a record link. So I'll explain how to make one of these quickly. All you need is to go to the URL at the top. When you're in a record, grab everything all the way to the end except for this record ID bit here. Copy this, create a text field, put an expression in single quotes, paste in what you've just copied. So this is just going to be a static bit of text here. Then then add an add sign and then ID in parentheses. And all this is going to do is going to have that static bit, the URL, and it's going to pull in that ID we have here dynamically for the record you're in. So as you can see, this is the one that's been created here. So if I just paste that in at the top, it takes me back to the same record. After that, you also want a test image action button. This doesn't have a trigger at the moment, but this is what we're going to be triggering the notification with. Later on, you're going to be changing this to maybe a scheduled workflow or based on a field update like a status or an overdue update. But in this example, while we're testing this out, we want to have full control over the trigger, and this is going to be a lot easier with a button click action. So once you've created these fields, we can then start moving on to the workflow. So go to your application and add in a new workflow. Again, this is going to be on button clicked. I was going to give this Teams message as the title, and then I want to send webhook message as the action. We're just going to do a basic bit of text for now in the URL, but we will be adding a URL later. We want to select the fields we want to send in the body, so this is all the information that's required for the notification. Those are the fields I just mentioned, so we're going to add title, email, and record link. Perfect. Then we'll just click OK. We'll save this. We're then just going to go to the field, the action field. So this is my one here, test. Open up. We're going to add that. We're going to do trigger workflow. I'm going to add the workflow we just created. So perfect. We save that. Then go back to the workflow. Go back to the workflow we just created a second ago, and open up the send webhook message node again. Okay, so now we're ready. We're going to move on to the automate part, the Power Automate. So we open up Power Automate. We're going to select. We're going to go to create, and we're going to create an instant cloud flow. Once here, we're just going to give the flow a name. So I'm going to call this video example. And then I'm going to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to choose when a HTTP request is received. I'm going to select create. What this is this is just going to be us receiving that webhook we've sent. Perfect. We want to make sure to select anyone as the trigger, as this is going to be coming from SoftTools and not technically someone from your specific tenant. And then I'm going to add an action node here, and this action node is just going to be post message. So we see the option come up here, post message in a chat or channel. So select that, we want to post as a flow bot, so it's just going to be where the message is coming from, so it's just going to be a bot. We're going to select chat with Flowbot, and then right here we're just going to put your information in first. So while we're testing this, we want to send it to your email directly. So I'm just going to put my email in for this. So this is where the Microsoft Teams notification is going to be going to. We will change this to be dynamic off of the email in the record, but while we're testing this, just at this point, we're going to put your email in. Put a basic message in, so again, test video, and we're going to save. Now, what's likely going to happen for you, if you haven't done something like this before, is that an error message is going to pop up here, like it did for me. And all that's going to be is saying that you haven't got a connection, like you haven't got a proper connection to your Teams channel. So here we see it's got connected to max.bates@softtools.net, so that's connected to my Teams. Make sure to add in your connection here, and then save. If that hasn't fully gotten rid of the error message, what I had to do is I just opened up the Teams, my Teams. I click these three dots here. If you can't see this workflow option, just type it in and it should appear, or you need to add it. But if you see the workflow option, select it. And what's that's going to do now, we can see I've got my video example workflow I set up just a second ago. I'm going to click into that, and just clicking into it for me confirm the connection. So we can see connections here. Now, in case this doesn't work straight away, just go in, edit. You'll see the same setup we just created in Power Automate here. So these two nodes we just created, then just give it a save or something just to make sure that connection is confirmed. Once that's all done here, we can then go back to where we were a second ago, refresh the page, and hopefully that should get rid of the error message for you. So if I just click out and then back in again, click edit. Here we go, we've got both of my nodes here now, and hopefully that error message should go. If you still not gone, do use this Copilot, as this is what helped me fix it. But now I'll move on to the next step. So all we want to do is, now we've saved it, there's going to be a HTTP post URL here. We want to copy this. Don't forget, make sure this is set to anyone. And we're going to paste that into this destination URL here. Do make sure it aligns up to what was here. So I just remember the last three characters, and I make sure that aligns to the last three characters here. Click OK and save, and then publish. Now we're going to test that this whole process works. So at the moment it's not going to send any information that we've sent to it, but you should now receive a message with that test body that we just created. So if I go into this, I resync, I then trigger this, may take a few seconds, and here we go. We can now see I've just received a notification from the workflows with test video, which is here. And then this will match up, like I said, to what we put in here, test video. Lovely. Now we've got this information. We've now got, if we go back to Power Automate, and then click back to this screen here. If you can't find this screen easily, just go back to your flows and then click on the one you just created, video example, and you'll see this screen. And then at the bottom here, we can see the notification that we just ran, and it succeeded. Click onto that. Open up this node here, and we're going to see this is the information that we've sent, and we can see it's now sent successfully, the title, the record link, and also the email of the user we're sending this to. We're going to copy that from top to bottom. We're then going to edit this workflow again. We're going to click onto this request, And all we're going to do, we're going to put this to use sample payload to generate schema. So it's a great easy thing. I wouldn't be able to figure this out myself. So all we need to do is pull that body of text, whack it in here, click done, and then now we can see it's making this JSON schema for us. And what that's going to do is after we save, that's then going to allow us to go back to our post messaging chat URL, remove this information we added a second ago, and then select this option here. So it's basically it's like adding in a Softtools field reference. And we've now got our 3 options of the fields. We're going to select email, as that's going to be the email of the recipient. And now we're going to put in our body of text. So the title and the record link. And let's just put a bit of information before it. So this action is overdue. Please follow this link to complete action. Awesome. Now we've got our email, title and record link field being used. Click save. Perfect, then go back to Softtools, click on this again to reset it, click on it again to send it. And here we go, we've just got our notification here, open it up, and we can see this is an action, this action is overdue, with the title, information here, action notification, please follow the link, and a link to the record. Just copy that, make sure double check that's worked, and done. Perfect. I hope that's helped, and then you can build off of this in the future. We're going to be developing this feature in the future as well to make it more zero code and user friendly. But if you have any feedback or any requests, do let us know.